Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. The West still hasn't figured out what's going on with Huawei's Kiran 9000s, and it's all about guesswork. It has only been half a year, and Huawei Pura70 has arrived again with the latest Kiran 9010 chip. This means that Huawei's breakthrough pace is getting faster and faster, and Western restrictions have no effect at all and cannot even interfere. By the way, there is another big news. According to the South China Morning Post, in the first quarter of this year, the total chip production in mainland China increased by 40% year-on-year, reaching 98.1 billion pieces. This data reflects the rapid expansion of China's mature process chip production capacity when the development of advanced processors is restricted by the United States. Under this double blow, I wonder if the West is panicking. Is it uncomfortable? As expected, Huawei has officially launched the Pura70 series of mobile phones. The Pro and above versions are equipped with the latest Kiran 9010 processor. Compared with the previous generation Kiran 9000's processor, Kiran 9010 adopts the newly designed Taishan ultra-large core architecture. Although the main frequency has dropped, the IPC performance has improved. For example, integer IPC has been increased by 25%, and floating point IPC has been increased by 20%. This is the first time in the industry that such a substantial improvement has been achieved. Especially in terms of power consumption and temperature, the control is very good. Maybe you don't know that the West still doesn't understand how Huawei's previous generation 9000S processor came about. Some politicians in the United States came out to say that they did not believe that Huawei had such technology, and another said that Huawei's move was an act of hegemony. Previously, the United States even assured the outside world that Huawei would definitely not be able to develop 5G chips. However, the vivid facts are now in front of us, making the West like a 2-foot-tall monk scratching his head. Good thing this time, Kiran 9010 has completely confused the West again. More importantly, the two generations of processors are only half a year apart. It can only be said that Huawei's research and development speed is too fast. And it was done under the heavy blockade and suppression of Huawei by Western countries. Where does this put their face? It's so lonely. At this rate, it feels like the Mate 70 in half a year will be another blockbuster. What makes the West even more desperate is that there are rumors that the localization rate of Huawei Pura70 is nearly 100%, an achievement that is extremely rare in the world. If this is really the case, then the entire industrial chain of high-end mobile phones has undoubtedly been captured by China. Whether it is design or manufacturing, it can be fully localized. This not only greatly enhances China's competitiveness in the global semiconductor industry, but also reduces its dependence on foreign countries. At this time, the pressure has come to Qualcomm in the United States. Some people may not understand that Huawei's high-end mobile phones used to be represented by the letter P. Why is it now renamed Pura? In fact, the reason is very simple, because behind this is revealed Huawei's ambition, in the high-end market, what belongs to me, I want to take it back. Judging from the meaning of the word, Huawei Pura comes from Spanish, which means pure, clear and pure. The official promotional video says that the Huawei P series has been fully upgraded to Huawei Pura, starting again with a new attitude. Explore unseen beauty with bold imagination. Open up new horizons with a pioneering perspective. Lead the fashion trend with original style. To put it bluntly, it's time for the P series to grow into a brand like Mate. From Huawei's perspective, the Mate series focuses on the business field, the Nova series focuses on young people, and the Pocket series focuses on women. However, the previous P series made people confused about its positioning direction. But it was different when it was changed to Pura. The positioning was immediately opened up, focusing on the fashion crowd and the image crowd. Each series corresponds to a group of people. Look, the personality, temperament, and style have suddenly improved. While friends and businesses are still struggling with this parameter and performance, Huawei's wave has directly reached the atmosphere. Some people also gave another explanation, which I think makes sense. They said that the naming method of Huawei's P series in the past was too broad, which resulted in the P series being unable to be registered as a trademark, which made it impossible to better protect brand assets. Changing to Pura can perfectly solve this problem. Although some people complain that Huawei should use Chinese naming to better meet the needs and psychological expectations of the domestic market, how do you pronounce Pura? But let me say that from a global perspective, the biggest advantage of using English naming is that it is more conducive to the promotion of the international market. After all, the pie in the international market is quite big. Of course, changing the name is just the first step for Huawei's P series. You can think of the next step. Huawei will completely let go of its hands and feet and rush forward, and its big move is yet to come. The United States blockade stick may have a good effect on other countries and companies. France's Alstom and Japan's Semiconductor were not dealt with by the United States in this way before, and then failed to recover. But for China, sorry, this trick doesn't work at all. For example, the United States has sanctioned Huawei for so many years, but as a result, Huawei not only was not defeated, but fought back relentlessly, becoming stronger the more it suppressed it. Huawei has made breakthroughs again and again, and the meaning is very obvious. US sanctions have not had much impact on Huawei. China can still make breakthroughs in chip technology. The United States is now at the end of its rope against China, and has no cards left to play. I have to say that this is the wisdom of the Chinese people. If you block and suppress China, China will take advantage of it, and then in turn push you into a corner. Otherwise, Huawei is the light of the nation.